everybody. Tonight on Saltiness Isn't Bliss, I will be sharing with you another quick and tasty soup recipe. So tonight we will be making pizza soup. So we're going to start off with a large can of tomato basil soup. This is 0.19 ounces. I'm going to pour that in there. On the scale of low to high sodium, this soup is kind of somewhere in the middle. So for those of you that love and miss the salt, this is going to have a little bit more because we've got that canned soup. We're also mixing 1 cup of boiling water with a 1/4 envelope of onion soup mix. Just going to stir that together, then pour that in the pot. And that is where all the sodium is in those soup mixtures. But they're going to blend together so nicely that it just makes the soup extra tasty. All right, so that is all mixed up in there. I'm going to add that to my pot. I'm going to get all those chunks of onion out of there. There we go. Now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning and then just a handful of pasta shells. Any pasta you have at home will work. Doesn't have to be the shells. I just like using them in here. I just kind of eyeball it, so I would say about 1/4 to 1/2 cup. I'm going to turn the burner on high. I want to get a nice gentle boil going, then we'll turn it down. And we're going to add in 1/2 cup of just room temperature or cold water. Doesn't matter what temperature that water is because that will heat up once the burner heats up. And now we're just going to blend that all together. As we're blending the soup, we want to make sure that we like the amount of pasta we have in there. Remember, when your pasta cooks, it will get a little bit bigger too. And yeah, that looks pretty good. So we want to get a gentle boil going, then we're going to simmer the soup for about 10 to 15 minutes, just long enough to cook the noodles. And then I'll be back to show you the next step. Okay guys, we are in the final step to our pizza soup, and that is we're going to add in 3/4 cup of shredded mozzarella cheese. At this point I have turned the burner off. The soup should be hot enough to melt that cheese. We just want to get it blended in there. I did end up simmering it with a gentle boil for about 20-25 minutes. So I'm sorry I said 10 to 15. These shell noodles do take a little bit longer. They're a little bit thicker and they're lined. But depending on the type of pasta you use, you may save a little bit of time there on the cooking of the noodles. So as you'll see, that cheese is just blending in there nicely. I got more soup on my shirt. But the cheese is just blending in there nice. You want it to be a little chunky. That's kind of the appeal to this soup, so that it's kind of stringy and chunky like it would be on pizza. And then we're going to just ladle it into a bowl. You get all that cheesy goodness off of there. I don't want to lose that. That isn't making your mouth water right now. All right. Let's ladle some up into a bowl. A little more. And then I am just going to garnish the top of that with some croutons. Just going to put those right on top. And the flavor of the croutons and the flavor of the soup, they just are a really great combo. They pull out a lot of flavors in each other. So that's it. Pizza soup, and gonna go have a nice hearty bowl here. So thanks for watching. See you next time, and thanks for joining me in the kitchen.